I am incredibly grateful to be your president in this, our 100th year. Now, would I like it to be a normal year? Of course, I'd love it to be a normal year, but it's not. So, what am I going to do? What are any of us going to do? Are we going to go back to bed and pull up the covers and say, well, Donna Riley's shaking her head? Well, no, we're not going to do that. I know you're not going to do that either, okay? Because I don't give up. And I don't give up because I see you guys all not giving up. All of you on Zoom too. You don't quit. You folks don't give up. You all inspire me big time. So if I ever get any self-doubt or gosh, this is hard or whatever, all I got to do is think about what any of you are doing. And that inspires me because you have taught me to not give up, okay? You've inspired me that Rotary is still possible. We are doing great things. We're opening opportunities in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a year with crazy racial tensions and a very divisive election, which I hope is over tonight. Sometimes it helps to recap what we've done already just this Rotary year, since July 1st. Anil's grant is going into action in India. That is going to open opportunities for over 4,500 Indian children. It's been in the works for a very long time, and it hit in my year. Our 100-year music garden at the Gallo Center for the Arts is taking shape slowly but surely, and it's coming together. Soon, visitors to the Gallo Center will have an outdoor area to enjoy a lunch, to enjoy nature, and to enjoy musical instruments. And that's been made possible by the Modesto Rotary Club, Porges Family Foundation, among many other people. I thank past President Phil for seeing that through. Also, I want to thank past President Phil. He saw a need to go beyond adding diversity language to our bylaws. He's had a special committee meeting, and they're going to be getting some results very soon, or reporting some results very soon. Because, he said, hey, we can add this to our bylaws and probably no one's ever going to look at it again. And he's right. And he wants our club to be the makeup of our community. And I think that's a very worthwhile goal. We brought in over $38,000 to our auction. That's going to go right to our local foundation, and that is going to open opportunities for so many people in this community. We had our senior stride, ensuring that we dedicated our time to our most valuable population, our seniors, right? And we made sure they got out and exercised. And those of you who are part of the senior stride, they love their prizes. And we made sure they got some prizes. And we did it all in a very safe manner. People need help in Africa. No problem, we can do that too. Past President Phil and I, we saw a plea for masks in Kenya, Modesto Sunrise. We dropped an email to Kate Donovan. Man, she was on it. She's a dynamo. And now we're helping to fund a mask project in Kenya that will help not only keep people safe, it really helps them stay alive in some cases, helping a lot of people in Kenya with that mask project. And it doesn't take much to fund one mask over there, and we're doing it. Mike and Susie Keckler needed transformers to make a pre-existing project in Zambia, Africa work. He knew all he needed to do was get an email going to Alan Lehman, and Alan Lehman jumped on it and got our local foundation cooking on it, and within record time, we got that funded. And now, this project that's already going on in Zambia will have those transformers to actually make it run. Back here locally, people join Rotary in the United States, when you ask them, when you give them a survey, #1 for networking. Our vocational services committee put on a safe Rotary Means Business event where 30 of us got together and we had to learn about each other's businesses, and it was great. It was a small little fun event, and it was absolutely wonderful. Now, I mentioned all of those things, and folks, think about it. We are only 3 months into the Rotary year. And most of that time, we were only meeting on Zoom. And yet we still got all of those things done. Think about that. One more thing. A couple weekends ago, we built some planter boxes for the Salvation Army. And Brad Hahn just gave an update this last weekend that he's hooked some water up, and I think some other people have helped him do that. And they're going to mean that a lot of people that the Salvation Army are helping, they're going to learn nurturing and patience with those gardens. And I think I'm going to go down and plant some radishes, because those of you who know me know I need to learn a little nurturing and patience. And it was a fun project, and it was a lot of fun to work on. But I want to tell you more about the wonderful work that the Salvation Army does, year in and year out. And those of you who know, you know. There are many volunteers. And those of them who are in the service there at the Salvation Army, they're soldiers and officers, and they're very special people because they do this for like no pay, like none. Just last weekend, Layla and I went to Save Mart, and we were standing there in line. It was pretty busy. And we were getting a couple last minute snacks for Halloween, and we were getting some treats for the kids. And I look over and I see Major Maggie standing in line. And she's married to Major Harold, who's a member of our club. And she's got her Salvation Army shirt on, and she's got a basket, and it's full of some stuff. And I say, well, that's nice. I got to go over and say hi. But something hits me. So we're helping out. My company's helping out with the kettle kickoff. And so we have a meeting every Monday. And I knew she's supposed to be on vacation. Okay. So I go over and I said, hey, how's it going? Oh, great. Good to see you. Those kind of things, right? And I said, what you got there? And she said, well, what you got there? Just from our meeting. She said, well, I got some pumpkins and I've got some gourds, and I'm taking them into our trunk or treat at the Red Shield Center, so the kids can have a safe place to do trick or treating tonight. I said, that is great. Aren't you supposed to be on vacation? And she smiled and she said, well, yeah. And that said it all. That was, well, yeah, I'm not going to let my fellow officers down. I'm not going to let the community down. I'm not going to let these kids down in West Modesto that need our help. That, man, if I could just get a couple more pumpkins and gourds and whatnot on my day off, they're going to have a special time. I told her to have a good night. Folks, when I ask you to donate to the Salvation Army Kettle Kickoff, that is what I'm asking you to donate to. These selfless people, these selfless officers that are helping all these people out in our community, and especially at the Red Shield Center over there, they are helping kids year in, year out, stay out of trouble. They had a nice, safe Halloween that night, because the majors and the lieutenants and the captains cut their vacation short. They helped each other out selflessly to give children in West Modesto a fighting chance. Now, when we help out the Salvation Army, we're opening opportunities like we have been all this Rotary year. So I ask you to please bring in your check, please bring in your cash, make it payable to the Salvation Army, but bring it here or send it to the office. Be as generous as you can. And I know all of you are being very generous and thoughtful this year, okay? It's been a rough year. And if it's been personally tough for you, I'm still gonna ask, right? Bring in $10, bring in $20. That's okay, because the Salvation Army is an organization that's going to make all of those dollars count. And they're going to stretch all of those dollars. All right. I want you to think of one last thing with all of this that I mentioned. I know this year hasn't been easy, and probably the last thing on your mind has been inviting guests to Rotary. But new Rotarians are the lifeblood of this club, and it is each and every member's duty here in the room, on Zoom, to bring in new members. I ask you to please bring in guests. I get it. It hasn't been a good time. It's been weird. But in 2020, it might never be a good time. So I'm asking you to just please start. Ask someone to attend. If they say no, that's okay. Ask them a week from then. If they say no, that's all right. Ask them another week, okay? I see this club advancing forward in so many ways, and I've listed a lot of them for you today. So we need to bring guests so that they know the good work that we're doing. That's all of our responsibilities. Now, when we were all meeting through Zoom, was it weird to bring guests? Yes. I'm going to say, sure it was. I acknowledge it. That's okay. Ask them anyways. Life is weird right now. We get it. We need a pipeline of new members. We are doing great things. We are opening opportunities in Modesto and around the world. When we turn on the news and we see the division and the hatred and the strife in this country and this misery that's going on right now, I'm going to say something that's weird, but the real world is not out there in so many ways. The real world is in here. The world is with all of you, my friends in this room and my friends on Zoom, because it's with the good that we are doing in Rotary. We leave all of that junk, we leave it all out there, and we come into this room, or we go into committee meetings, or we plan things out through email or the phone, and we say, okay, how do we get this done? How do we make this happen? Yeah, we're in a pandemic. Yeah, these things are going on, but how do we make these things happen? How do we continue to open opportunities? And we make those things happen. We are here to open opportunities. Thank you.